Here's a math questions for 8th graders out there. You guys gonna be using two formulas, and basically you're gonna find, for this formula, you guys gonna find the point slope and the slope-intercept form while you guys answer this question. Let's read the question. Write an equation in point slope form and slope-intercept form for the line that passes through, and you're given 2 points, 4 and -4, and 8 and -10. If no slope given, use the slope-intercept formula first. That would be this one. Okay, now this would be your x1 and your y1, x2, y2. All right, let's start solving this question. Remember, like I said, this is your, as you plug, you guys gonna need to plug these numbers, these points inside those formulas. Right? So remember, this is your x1, y1, x2, and y2, just for you to remember where to plug in those points inside the formulas. Alright, so it tells you to, the question tells you that if there's no slope given inside the question, like maybe a fraction, like a 2/3 or 1/2, that would be your slope. But notice that there's no slope given in the question. It only gives you the points that you would use to graph in the xy intercept. So this would be your y, and this is your x. Your negatives, and this would be your positive x's, and this would be your negative y axis. And those would be where you would graph those points. But we're not doing that for this question. So we're gonna use the slope-intercept formula first, which is this one. I'm just gonna rewrite the formula over here. Let me use the black marker. So this is the formula. y2 minus y1 divided by or over x2 minus x1. Alright, now let's plug in the numbers we have here. x1, 4. Let's see. x1 would be, it will go all the way over here. Let's do this one, right? Let's find y2. Where's y2? Right here. -10. -10. We can put it inside the parentheses. The minus is part of the formula, so you put it there. y1. Where's y1? Over here. And it's -4. Let's put it. Let's write it there. x2. Where's x2? Over here. 8. The formula has a minus sign. Make sure you put it there. Let's put this inside the parentheses. And let's go find x1. Where is x1? It's over here. 4. Okay. Now let's solve it. Let's go down this way. We're gonna solve the top first. So we have a -10 and 2 minus signs, 2 negatives next to each other. That tells you that I'm gonna go ahead and rewrite this again. These two negatives, these two negative signs, it becomes a positive only when that happens. Okay, well, let's keep this in black. Divided by 8 minus 4. Now let's solve it. We have over here, the top, we have -10 plus 4. So different signs subtract, and take the sign of the largest, and that would be from 10, negative 10, take away 4, pretty much. That's what it's saying. So the answer would be negative 6. It's like saying you owe $10 and you pay only 4, but you still owe $6. Negative 6 over 8 minus 4, positive. Notice that the biggest number is a positive, so the answer is going to be positive. 8 minus 4 is 4. That's a positive, okay? Has invisible positive, but we don't put it there. And this fraction can be simplified, can be reduced, divided by something, okay? You gotta think of your timetables. Which number of your timetables goes evenly to both of them? I believe is the 2. 6 divided by 2, negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Positive 4 divided by 2, 2. And we can put this over here. There you go. And this is your final answer for the slope-intercept form, which you just solve part of the question. You solve this part. Okay? Done with that. Alright, next part of the question is that we need to solve, we have to use this formula to get this part, to get this part of the question answered. Point slope form. Okay, so we need this formula. And this x doesn't have a 1 here, or a 2. This is x1. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And we start substituting the numbers, or plotting the numbers. This y doesn't have anything, so we don't bother. We just bring it down. Minus, what's y1? Where's y1 in our question? Which is this one, negative 4. Equals m. Notice that before we just answered that part. M stands for slope. We use this formula to find the slope, which is this. M stands for slope, and we found it, so instead of the m, put a negative 3 over 2 times x. We don't touch this one, because remember, this is just x1, this is just x2. This is just x by itself. There's nothing in front of it, so we bring it down. Minus x1. What is x1? 4. Okay. Then we continue solving the problem, or the equation. But how do we start? Well, this is how you start. Distributive, the distributive property. Negative 3 times x, and negative 3, well, I should say negative 3 over 2 times x, and negative 3 over 2 times negative 4. That's the first step. So this, just bring it down. You can do this while you're on this step. Notice that there's two negatives together, so what happens here? It turns into a positive. And just bring down the 4. Okay? Two negatives next to each other just turns into a positive, and then just bring down the number. Next, we do that. Negative 3 times x is what? Well, negative 3x. Negative 3 over 2 times negative 4. Now, you can do this on the side. Negative 3 over 2 times negative 4, right? A whole. This has an invisible 1 here, okay? Equals You can cross cancel by dividing mentally. Notice that 2 goes evenly to these two numbers that are diagonal to each other. So in your head you go -4 divided by 2 is 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. -2 divided by 2 is 1. And that you get an easier answer. -3 times -2 as a positive 6. Negative times a negative is positive. So you need to remember every step, every rule along the way. And we don't do this part. 1 times 1, it's 1, but it's the same as 6. So this 6, put it here. Positive 6. Remember that. Positive 6. Okay? So I'm going to erase this. And we continue solving the equation. Next step. Well, next step is to bring this guy to that side. And once you bring one number to the other side, the sign changes. So this guy, the y, bring it down. Remember, he's gonna go all the way over there. So, I don't know how you guys do it, but this is pretty much my way of doing it, alright? So just remember, this positive 4 is going to go to that side, and the sign is going to change to a negative sign. So this, just rewrite it, bring it down, Remember this guy is going to go over here, and the sign is supposed to change, must change. There you go. See that? Ooh, but there's still one more step. Bring it down. Bring these two guys down. Notice that these two numbers, they can be combined. They're like terms. So positive 6 and a -4. Different sign, so subtract and take the sign of the largest number, which in this case, the largest number is a positive. So from 6, take away 4, the answer is going to be positive 2. And there you go. This is the answer for this part, point slope form. There you go.